And I think we trust governments and we trust, boards to say this is organically certified. That means something. But the standards differ.
Yeah.
I mean, the Australian standard versus the mass of European standards versus the American standard all have different ideas of what organic means. And there are farmers who truly farm in the spirit of what it means to be organic, and there are farmers who just interpret the laws really quite laxly. So I'll give you an example. There is a huge debate going on right now in the National Organic Standards Board in the US about what it means to rear an organic chicken. Okay, so I mean the rules actually say the chickens have to have access to outdoor space. Now, for most organic farmers in the US, you talk about big companies coming in. I mean, your big companies coming in. That their idea of outdoor space is basically a concrete porch that the chickens are allowed to kind of gain access to from the enormous barn in which they're actually housed. And I mean, that is their interpretation of an organic chicken. So you could be buying an organic chicken that's never seen grass.
You can also buy organic milk from cows that have never put their hooves on.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
This raises a very important question, I think, about labelling.
If I may intervene, I work in the wellness industry, and one of the things that I'm often asked to do is analyse inkies. So these are not the ingredients that are on the box or the ingredients that are on the bottle. These are the full list of ingredients. And I say full in inverted commas because under the ASEAN labelling laws and labelling laws in the EU, I can't comment about America, and Adam will probably know to correct me if I'm wrong, if an ingredient is under a given percentage or 0.000 of a percentage, it doesn't have to be declared. So even when a product is certified this, that and the other, there is still no legal obligation for a producer, a manufacturer to declare all of their ingredients.
Yeah.
Coming on to the parfum thing, I'm a researcher and a therapist. Parfum, as it is seen in ingredients, drives me crazy because it is often the legal term that is used even to describe essential oils or components of essential oils. So there are different ways to fragrance things. You can fragrance things synthetically. Synthetic fragrances are manufactured by a chemist in a lab. You have bioidentical fragrances, linolene, linalool, which are synthetically produced but are bioidentical. You then have natural fragrances which have been split from their component whole, like linolene and linalool and this, that and the other, which used on their own do not have the same therapeutic effect as if they're used in their bio-natural whole, and then you have the complete fragrances. So it's more than a Pandora's box, it's more than a mess. But I think to say just because we see parfum, don't buy something, is often a bit of a smokescreen because it doesn't necessarily mean that something's not natural. And something that was thrown at me by a skincare manufacturer in Europe when I was asked to audit their inkies was, let's remember, and they're perfectly right, that in certain parts of the world, indigenous people use natural oil as it comes out the earth as skincare medicine when it's not being meddled with or produced or anything like that. And then it comes to the definition of natural. Petroleum as it comes out the earth is natural. So for me, this all bubbles back to the problem with the way that things are labelled. Because no matter how authentic the supplier is or the manufacturer is or whatever, until the labelling laws are fully addressed, and Adam's worked with them far more than me, we're never going to really know what we're putting down the drains or we're putting on our skin or we're putting on our hair or we're putting through our mouth.